The Bold and the Beautiful Spoilers Deep Dive. Hope Logan's unapologetic affair with Thomas Forrester. The end of Hope's love for Liam Spencer? Introduction. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, has always thrived on its signature blend of romance, betrayal, family drama, and corporate intrigue. Over the years, the show has built a complex tapestry of relationships, with Hope, Logan, and Liam Spencer at the epicenter of many of its most passionate and controversial storylines. Recently, however, the narrative has taken a daring turn, igniting a firestorm among fans and critics alike. Hope's affair with Thomas Forrester, her apparent lack of guilt about it, and the implications for her relationship with her longtime ex-husband Liam Spencer. Fans are currently in an uproar, revolted by the possibility that Hope might leave Carter Walton, her loyal, supportive fiancé, to reunite with Liam, although her actions with Thomas suggest her feelings for Liam have waned or even disappeared entirely. These reactions are further fueled by Hope's unapologetic attitude about her affair, the emotional growth she's demonstrated, and the stark contrast between her current state and her past innocence. This article will explore the depths of these storylines, analyzing the characters' motivations, examining the history of Hope and Liam's tumultuous relationship, and predicting what the future might hold for Hope, Carter, Liam, and the broader B&B universe. We will also reflect on fan reactions, the narrative choices of the writers, and the broader themes of love, betrayal, independence, and growth. Part 1. The Hope-Thomas Affair, a turning point in Hope's character arc. The context of Hope's affair. Hope Logan's affair with Thomas Forrester was one of the most provocative storylines in recent B&B history. It challenged her character's traditional innocence and highlighted her desire for passion, independence, and self-discovery. Up to that point, Hope had been portrayed as sweet, caring, and somewhat naive, waiting for her true love, Liam Spencer, and constantly striving to do what was morally right. Her relationship with Liam was built on a foundation of love, but also on repeated betrayals, misunderstandings, and unfulfilled expectations. The affair with Thomas marked a dramatic evolution. It was not born out of desperation or weakness, but emerged as a conscious choice to explore her feelings, her sexuality, and her independence. Hope, in that moment, was asserting her agency, embracing her desires rather than suppressing them for the sake of societal expectations or romantic loyalty. The affair in detail. Chemistry, vulnerability, and raw emotion characterized Hope's passionate affair with Thomas. It was more than just a physical relationship. It was a manifestation of her inner conflict and her desire to break free from the chains of her previous role as the perfect wife to Liam and the daughter of the Logans. What made the storyline even more compelling was Hope's attitude afterward. She didn't express guilt or regret. Instead, she admitted to Thomas that she'd never felt this way before, signaling a moment of personal awakening. Hope's acknowledgement that her feelings for Thomas were genuine and intense was a game changer. She was no longer the naive girl waiting passively for her prince. She was a woman who had discovered her passion and was unafraid to act on it. Hope's lack of guilt, a sign of liberation or betrayal. The most shocking aspect of Hope's affair was her apparent lack of guilt. Unlike Liam, who has been portrayed as a serial cheater and a man riddled with remorse for his betrayals, Hope's response was different. She was surprised by her feelings, but did not apologize or beg for forgiveness. Her honesty and unapologetic stance suggested that she no longer viewed her affair as a mistake, but rather as a pivotal moment of self-awareness. This attitude has sparked intense debate among fans and critics. Some interpret Hope's conduct as a sign of her emotional maturity and growth. She's finally embracing her desires and refusing to be guilt-tripped into staying faithful to a man who has repeatedly betrayed her. Others see it as a betrayal of her previous values and a dangerous precedent that could undermine her character's integrity. Part 2. The breakdown of Hope's love for Liam. Is she truly over him? The history of Hope and Liam's turbulent relationship. Passion, heartbreak, and repeated trust issues have characterized Hope and Liam's relationship. Over many years, their love story unfolded, with moments of joy frequently eclipsed by betrayal and emotional pain. Kiss with Steffi. Liam's kiss with Steffi on their wedding day was a seismic event that shattered Hope's trust. Marriage to Steffi. Liam married Steffi in Aspen, leaving Hope watching from a distance, an act that deepened her feelings of inadequacy and heartbreak. Pregnancy with Steffi. Liam's paternity of Steffi's child further complicated their relationship, making Hope's pain almost unbearable. Constant waffling. Liam's indecisiveness and his tendency to run back to Steffi made Hope feel like a second choice, an emotional roller coaster that left her exhausted. The significance of Hope's affair with Thomas. Hope's decision to cheat on Liam was a culmination of her emotional exhaustion and her realization that her love for Liam may not be as strong as she once believed. The affair was her way of testing her feelings, asserting her independence, and exploring her desires beyond the constraints of her marriage. In her mind, the affair was not merely about physical intimacy, but about reclaiming her agency and discovering a side of herself that had been suppressed. Her admission that she'd never felt this way before was a declaration that she was no longer bound by her previous devotion to Liam. The absence of guilt, a sign of growth or coldness. Liam's recurring betrayals, his romantic involvement with Steffi during their marriage, have damaged his credibility as a loyal partner. Hope's reaction to her affair with Thomas, zero guilt or remorse, stands in stark contrast to Liam's pattern of guilt-ridden confessions and emotional manipulation. Fans argue that Hope's attitude signals that she has emotionally moved on. Her feelings for Liam are no longer genuine or romantic, but perhaps rooted in habit, familiarity, or the desire for stability, especially regarding their shared daughter, Beth. Is Hope's lack of guilt a sign she's truly over Liam? Most viewers believe so. Her behavior suggests she's finally shedding her old, naive self and embracing her true feelings, even if they're complicated or unconventional. Part 3. The Carter Walton Factor. Is Hope settling for stability? Why fans love Carter Walton. Carter Walton has emerged as a fan favorite because of his unwavering loyalty, patience, and genuine support for Hope. Unlike Liam, who has waffled and betrayed her multiple times, Carter has been a steadfast presence in her life. Loyalty and support. Carter has consistently supported Hope's dreams, stood by her, and never wavered in his commitment. Stability. His calm, steady personality offers Hope a sense of security that she's lacked in her tumultuous relationship with Liam. Potential for happiness. Fans believe Carter could finally give Hope the stable, healthy relationship she deserves, if only she would recognize it. The future of Hope and Carter. Current spoilers suggest that Hope will remain engaged to Carter and may even be planning their wedding. If she truly doesn't love Liam anymore, her relationship with Carter represents a promising path toward happiness and stability. Why would Hope stay with Carter? Because he's everything Liam isn't. Loyal, supportive, and consistent. He's also willing to grow with her, respect her independence, and accept her flaws. Most importantly, Carter isn't a serial cheater or a waffler. He's a partner who's proven his devotion. Part 4. Why fans are absolutely livid about a potential Hope-Liam reconciliation. The fan backlash, an outpouring of frustration and disgust. Fans are furious at the idea that Hope might forgive Liam and rekindle their relationship after all the pain he's caused her. The common arguments include: Hope's affair was not guilt-ridden. Her lack of remorse indicates her feelings have changed. She's moved on emotionally. Liam's repeated betrayals. Liam has betrayed Hope multiple times, most notably with Steffi and during his marriage to Hope. Fans see him as unreliable and toxic. Hope's growth is being undermined. Reuniting with Liam would erase her character development and reduce her to a victim of circumstance once again. Carter deserves better. Fans argue Carter has been the most loyal and supportive partner. He's the good guy, and Hope should not throw that away for a man who has repeatedly betrayed her. The actor's perspective. Scott Clifton, who plays Liam, has acknowledged that Liam is a poor spouse, adding fuel to the fan criticism. His acknowledgement of Liam's flaws aligns with viewers' frustrations. If the actor, who portrays Liam, admits his character is flawed, why should viewers believe a Hope-Liam reunion makes narrative sense? The writer's dilemma. While fans demand Hope stay with Carter, the show's history of soap opera tropes suggests that the writers may still push for a Liam comeback, often driven by nostalgia, ratings, or dramatic twists. Fans worry that Liam's charm will once again undo Hope's growth. Part 5. The bigger picture. What does this mean for Hope's character arc? From innocent girl to passionate woman, Hope's affair with Thomas was a pivotal moment in her character arc. It symbolized her transition from a naive, obedient daughter and wife to a woman who recognizes her desires. Her unapologetic attitude about her affair signifies her embracing her newfound independence. If Hope reverts to Liam, it would mark a regression, a step back from her growth, turning her into a perpetual victim caught in the same toxic triangle. Fans fear this would undermine her evolution and reduce her to a pawn in Liam's ongoing redemption arc. The love or freedom dilemma. Hope's current situation presents a classic dilemma. Choose stability with Carter and her independence, or succumb to nostalgia and familiarity with Liam. Her decision will reveal whether she's truly moved on or is still emotionally tethered to her past. The role of family and loyalty. B&B has always explored themes of family loyalty, love, betrayal, and self-discovery. Hope's journey reflects her struggle to define her identity beyond her relationships with Liam and Steffi. Her affair was an act of self-assertion, a rejection of her previous good girl persona. Revisiting Liam would undermine this journey, suggesting that her growth was superficial or temporary. Fans hope the writers respect her evolution and allow her to forge her path. Part 6. Hypothetical future storylines. What could happen? Scenario 1. Hope stays with Carter and finds happiness. In this ideal outcome, Hope recognizes her worth, appreciates Carter's unwavering support, and chooses a path of independence. She might even confront Liam, telling him that she's moved on emotionally and that their past is behind them. This storyline would reinforce themes of self-empowerment, healing, and the importance of healthy relationships. Scenario 2. Hope succumbs to nostalgia and reunites with Liam. A more classic soap twist. This plot would see Hope giving in to her lingering feelings, perhaps triggered by a sentimental moment like the father-daughter dance or shared memories with Beth. This would likely result in heartbreak for Carter and another cycle of pain for Hope, representing a regression in her character development. Scenario 3. Hope chooses independence and starts her own path. Perhaps most excitingly, Hope could decide to leave Liam and Carter behind altogether, focusing on her career, her daughter Beth, and her personal growth. This would be a bold move, potentially launching her into new storylines of entrepreneurship, independence, and self-discovery. Scenario 4. The writers opt for a surprise twist. B&B is known for its dramatic surprises. The show could introduce new characters, unexpected betrayals, or external forces that influence Hope's decision. For example, a new love interest or a revelation about Liam's true character could sway her decision. Part 7. The broader themes: love, betrayal, growth, and self-discovery. B&B often explores complex themes that resonate with viewers. Love versus independence. Hope's journey reflects her struggle to balance romantic love with personal growth. Betrayal and trust. Liam's repeated betrayals have damaged trust, making reconciliation difficult. Empowerment. Hope's affair was an act of reclaiming her agency, an essential step in her evolution. Toxic cycles. The recurring theme of cyclical relationships highlights how characters often become trapped in destructive patterns. Hope's unapologetic affair with Thomas symbolizes her breaking free from societal expectations and her own past limitations. Her character's arc will ultimately define her journey towards self-empowerment or regression, whether she stays with Carter or reunites with Liam. Part 8. Fan reactions and social media outcry. The outrage. Fans have expressed their outrage across social media platforms. Twitter, Tweets flooding in with hashtags like hashtag Hope Deserves Better, hashtag No Liam Reunion, and hashtag Carter is the real hero. Reddit. Discussions debating whether Hope's affair signifies empowerment or betrayal. Fan forums. Polls showing overwhelming support for Hope staying with Carter and rejecting Liam's toxic tendencies. The actor's take. Scott Clifton, who portrays Liam, has openly acknowledged his character's flaws, adding credibility to fans' frustrations. Many believe this acknowledgement should influence the narrative, pushing the writers toward a more empowering conclusion for Hope. The writer's dilemma. While fans demand Hope's growth and independence, B&B has a history of dramatic twists, sometimes undoing character development for shock value. The question remains, will the show honor Hope's evolution or regress her to a victim of romantic nostalgia? Part 9. Broader implications and final thoughts. The Bold and the Beautiful has always thrived on its ability to evoke strong emotional reactions. Hope Logan's journey from innocence to independence has been a central theme, and her affair with Thomas was a pivotal milestone. Her unapologetic attitude signifies her embracing her true self, unencumbered by guilt or societal expectations. The potential reconciliation with Liam threatens to undermine this growth, risking turning Hope into a perpetual victim caught in a toxic cycle. Fans are right to be furious. Her character deserves to be celebrated for her strength and independence, not sacrificed for soap opera cliches. Ultimately, the choice Hope makes will define her character's future and the show's direction. Will she continue her journey of self-discovery, or will she succumb to old patterns? Final word, stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful continues to surprise and challenge its viewers. Hope's story is far from over, and her decisions in the coming weeks will resonate deeply with fans and critics alike. Whether Hope Logan chooses to embrace her independence, rekindle her romance with Liam, or forge a new path entirely, her journey remains one of the most compelling narratives in soap opera history. Feel free to share any video requests in the comments. I'll try to make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. May God keep you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.